Hello, welcome back to Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. When I was growing up, there was a poem that I only heard the very first couple lines of. It was rather famous because it had been repeated by one of the presidents of my church, Heber J. Grant. And it's really quite a good poem. I always thought he wrote it until I did some research and found out he didn't. No one knows who wrote it. But it goes like this: stick to the task till it sticks to you. Beginners are many, but enders are few. Honor, power, place, and praise will come in time to the one who stays. Stick to your task till it sticks to you. Bend at it, sweat at it, smile at it too. For out of the bend and the sweat and the smile will come life's victories after a while. One of the things I've learned in life is that there's a lot of people out there who think that success is going to come very quickly, or money. I've seen that in family where they expect as soon as they get out of college or complete whatever obstacle they've set in front of them, that they should have everything that their parents or their siblings have had. Most of the time, they learn that isn't going to be the case. I have seen people who have been extremely smart and have had very little practical knowledge of how the world works. I worked with a cardiothoracic surgeon. We set up an amazing retirement plan for him. The first time I sold insurance products for about 4 years, he gave me cash and I said, well, we need to get a check. The next time he came to my office and he brought me a paper sack with the monthly premium. I said, do you have a checking account? He goes, no, I just get a check. So I helped him. Now, this is a man with much more education than I had, but I helped him choose a bank. It talked about all the reasons why he would choose this bank versus that bank. And then we set up a checking and a savings account for him, plus a money market account, set up direct deposit with his checks. We got him a debit card. We ended up helping him get a credit card through that bank. It was crazy. But this guy was genius smart. He was an amazing surgeon. If you've ever met surgeons, they're extremely competitive. They're like pilots. There's nothing they can't do. They think about things and just accomplish things. It's amazing. This guy was one of my favorites, but he needed some help. His family hadn't taught him those practical things, and he ended up doing his residency here in the Phoenix area, ended up settling here away from family. I'm sure his family would have helped him, but they didn't know he needed this help. I guess they thought he just knew it. What is interesting to me is that so many of us have these talents and abilities, and yet there are certain things that we look at that we really do need to have someone else help us. My wife and I bought a home almost 6 years ago. It had been, a landlord owned it and rented it out for 20 some odd years. I guess they had traded a lot of the work for rent. We spent a significant amount of money having an electrician and a plumber come in and fix problems with inadequate installation of this or that. Some of the things were unsafe because of the way they were installed. I know that the owner, who lived in the Phoenix area but not here, didn't know the difference between something that was done right and something that was done what I call a Home Depot special. And we are still, after 6 years, finding additional things. Now, that doesn't mean we don't love our home. We do. Actually, even though we were interested in the home, they reduced the price as we were about to buy it because they thought no one was interested. So it was a good deal for us because we were able to pay for a lot of these repairs with the money we'd intended on spending. Some of the things, they had an air conditioner that was 25 years old. It was not very efficient, and I don't know how people afforded to live here. So we replaced that with a new one. They had the original aluminum frame, single paned windows, and we replaced those. The floor was this horrible rounded tile. We were so excited to get rid of carpet. Now we couldn't walk on it because it hurt our feet. So we replaced that and put wood flooring throughout the house. A bunch of other things that we ended up doing. Every time we made these electrical changes, it was funny. Our electric company would come out to put a new meter on, and we'd say, well, you can, but here's what we did. And they're, well, okay. And they left it at that. It was a very interesting experience. Where I live, they won't tell you what someone else has spent on electricity. All I could do was kind of guesstimate what they had spent and figure out if we could afford that. One of the things that were throughout the whole house is every light was an incandescent bulb. 50 some odd bulbs in the house. So we changed all those out with LEDs and compact fluorescent lights. And that cut our electricity a lot as well. I think in the 6 years we've lived here, we've had one of those lights fail. As you know, with incandescent bulbs, they fail quite a bit. They're generally less expensive, but if you buy them at Costco, they're not that bad. And when we bought all of those bulbs, they were all subsidized by our utility. So, it wasn't a bad deal. Anyway, life has changed. And sometimes you need to look at the long run. Where am I going to be if I accomplish this? What I was trying to do was get a home where you could live in and afford to live in without spending way too much for water or electric. In Arizona, water costs are not as high as they are in some states like California, and electric like Southern California. But I didn't want us to have to worry about making a choice between food and staying cool in the summer. In Arizona, on a typical year, we might use a heater a few times. But once it gets hot, that air conditioner is going to work all the time. So to me, it was imperative that we put a high efficiency system in. And we were able to do that. We knew somebody that was in the business and they took good care of us. Again, my point is this wonderful poem: stick to the task till it sticks to you. Beginners are many, but enders are few. Honor, power, place, and praise will come in time to the one who stays. Stick to your task till it sticks to you. Bend at it, sweat at it, smile at it too. For out of the bend and the sweat and the smile will come life's victories after a while. It isn't always going to be instant, but it can be fun. In my experience, it's definitely worth it. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening and joining me for another episode of Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. Please like and share, subscribe, give us your comments. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you.